Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA, created the Lockout Tag-out standard to protect employees from the unexpected startup or release of stored energy from equipment that could harm a worker performing service or maintenance. Employers must have a written, step-by-step energy control plan that follows the OSHA standard. Employees need to be familiar with and understand the Lockout Tag-out plan. We usually think of electricity when we hear the words lockout tag-out. Electrical energy is present in power transmission lines, circuit breakers, motors, and even in devices such as batteries that store electrical energy. There are other types of energy used in the workplace besides electricity. Hydraulic energy is fluid under pressure. Lift trucks are often run by hydraulic energy. Pneumatic energy is air under pressure. Nail guns use this type of energy. Pressurized liquids and gases, including steam and chemicals, are energy sources present in pipes, supply lines, and storage tanks. Many machines use combined energy types. For example, some hydraulic systems use electric motors to run the pumps that create the hydraulic energy. The Lockout Tag-out standard applies to all of these types of energy, as well as any other hazardous energy source that can cause bodily harm. What do lockout and tag-out mean? Both are procedures used to prevent hazardous energy from injuring workers. For lockout, a lock is put on a disconnect switch, circuit breaker, valve handle, or other energy isolating device in the off position. The lock commonly used for lockout is a standard lock with key. However, a combination lock is acceptable as well. For tag-out, a written warning tag is placed in the lockout area of the equipment or machine. Tags do not provide the physical restriction of a lock. The OSHA standard allows a tag in the place of a lock only if the tag-out provides the equal protection of a lockout. Tags must be made so that if they are exposed to liquids or acids, they can still be read. Tags must have a warning on them that has the same wording and look in order to make them easier to recognize. Tags must be attached securely so that they can't accidentally fall off. All locks and tags must be consistent by color, shape, or size. OSHA considers using a lock safer than just using a tag, and most companies require both lockout and tag-out. If only tags are used, extra steps must be taken to prevent the energizing of machinery, such as removing a valve handle or blocking a controlling switch. Employees should be trained in the limitations of the tag-out system. It's very important to obey the warnings on tags, especially since they will not physically keep you from turning power on. Your employer will provide all lockout tag-out materials needed. These items must be long-lasting and not easily removed. Each lock and tag should have some way to identify who it belongs to. Each person may be issued a lock or series of locks. Never lend it to a coworker. Devices used for lockout tag-out should be used solely for that purpose and should never be used for anything else. Applying or removing locks and tags can only be done by authorized employees. Never remove someone else's lock or tag. When working with outside contractors, learn their method of lockout tag-out as well. Remember, using a lock or tag is a big responsibility. Don't take it lightly. According to OSHA's Lockout Tag-out standard, whenever performing service or maintenance on any machine where an unexpected startup or the release of stored energy could cause injury, lockout tag-out procedures must be followed. Service and maintenance activities require lockout tag-out if the employee is required to remove or bypass a guard or safety device, or place any part of his or her body into a machine process point of operation or associated danger zone. Minor adjustments that take place during